Your roof sheds roughly 85,000 liters of fresh water every year. For centuries, ordinary households harvested and stored every drop. No pumps, no filters, no electricity. That knowledge didn't vanish because it stopped working. In 1911, 70% of British homes gathered their own water using private wells and rain cisterns. By the 1970s, after decades of municipal grid expansion, that number plummeted to less than 10%. This transition happened so rapidly that the skill of domestic water harvesting was forgotten in a single generation. Modern households exchanged self-reliance for the convenience of centralized utilities, rendering the backyard rain barrel a nostalgic relic rather than a survival necessity. Today, the average home relies entirely on external pumps, chemical treatment plants, and pressurized grids. We have outsourced a basic life requirement, leaving modern families highly vulnerable to infrastructure failures, rising utility costs, and supply shortages. 2,000 years ago, Roman builders engineered a highly efficient domestic water system integrated directly into the home. The sloped roof tiles of the atrium, known as the Impluvium, channeled rain downward into a central sunken basin called the Impluvium. Operating entirely by gravity, the water drained through a concealed conduit into a vaulted underground cistern. To prevent seepage, builders lined these basins with durable waterproof lime plaster or marble slabs. This design was purely functional, engineered to capture, pre-filter, and store water without modern pumps or electricity. This physical logic translates directly to modern households. Today, an average roof in a temperate climate like the United Kingdom receives about 85,000 liters of rain annually. That equals roughly 233 liters of fresh water per day, enough to meet a significant portion of a modern family's daily needs, harvested passively from an existing structure. In arid landscapes, where rain is rare, storing water is only half the battle. The real challenge is using it without waste. Dryland farmers have solved this for 4,000 years using Ollas, unglazed clay pots buried directly in the soil near plant roots. When filled, these porous vessels release moisture slowly through their walls, driven entirely by capillary action. Because water is delivered below the surface, evaporation is almost entirely eliminated, saving up to 70% of the water used in surface irrigation. This passive logic extends even to the air. In the hyper-arid Atacama Desert and the ancient Middle East, communities suspended vertical mesh nets on coastal hillsides to harvest fog and dew. As moisture coalesces on the fibers, droplets run down into collection troughs, yielding fresh water from the air. These low-tech systems fit dry climates where surface watering is inefficient. The story now moves from storing water to making it safe to use. Around 2000 BC, the Sanskrit medical text known as the Sushruta Samhita recorded a systematic blueprint for purifying collected water using 3 natural layers. Built in a strict vertical sequence, this system relies on physical properties that remain fundamental to water treatment today. First, a layer of charcoal absorbs organic compounds, neutralizing unpleasant odors and chemical impurities. Next, a layer of fine sand acts as a mechanical filter to trap suspended particles and reduce turbidity. Finally, a base of clean gravel provides structural support, preventing the sand from clogging while ensuring a steady, even downward flow. Modern laboratory testing validates this design, showing it removes over 99% of E. coli bacteria and 85% of Giardia cysts. Though it does not replace final disinfection, this ancient 3-stage barrier remains a highly effective first line of household defense. Modern water stress is a rising financial pressure on households, facing higher utility bills and supply instability. Yet, reviving decentralized storage introduces legal hurdles alongside technical ones. Local water authorities regulate home harvesting under widely differing rules. Some regions actively encourage cisterns through financial rebates, while others restrict them under strict water rights laws or impose civil fines for capturing runoff. Building codes frequently limit larger storage tanks and restrict harvested rainwater to non-potable uses. Understanding these regional constraints is the necessary first step before securing household water independence. Achieving complete household water independence starts with a simple, practical step. A basic setup places a 200-liter water butt under a downspout, fitted with a fine mesh screen to catch clean garden water. Scaling up further, an intermediate system links multiple barrels through a first flush diverter to discard roof debris, feeding buried clay ollas for direct root irrigation. The advanced tier employs a permanent underground concrete cistern built with a dedicated inlet, overflow pipe, and an access hatch for maintenance. Every tier relies on strict safety habits: tight lids to exclude pests, routine scrubbing, and testing before final household use. As centralized grids face growing uncertainty, water independence begins at home. The most reliable systems aren't waiting to be invented, they are waiting to be rebuilt.